There is a supernatural world that surrounds us, and sometimes it manifests to people like you and me. You'll hear stories about this and so much more right here on Supernatural Confrontations. You know, folks, I love the show. The Lord gave me the idea a couple of years ago now, and I think we're coming up on year number 2, which is really, no, actually we're in year number 2, which is just amazing. And we've had a lot of people come on the record, and we'll get into this and so much more. But first, a word from our trusted sponsor. The U.S. dollar has lost 85% of its value since the 1970s when the dollar decoupled from gold, and the government seems bent on continuing the tradition. From now until after the next elections, the government can print as much money as they want. The last time they did that, folks, inflation went up 9%. This means one thing: the security of your future and your family's future is all in your hands. Make sure you freeze the value of your wealth you are holding. Invest in gold with Noble Gold Investments. Gold is the one asset that is proven to withstand recession, inflation, and just about all economic threats. Noble Gold Investments is here to help you if you want to invest in gold. You will also get a 24-karat quarter-ounce gold standard coin for free. Folks, go to noblegoldinvestments.com. That's noblegoldinvestments.com. Tell them you heard it on L.A. Marzulli's show. We believe in it. We've invested a portion of our life savings in gold, and boy, folks, I am glad we did. So, Elizabeth, you join us today, and I thank you for doing that and being bold and courageous and coming on the record.
Yeah.
So, tell the folks.
Welcome.
Yes, thank you. Tell the folks what happened.
Okay, so my mom was in the nursing home at the time, and she was going in and out of consciousness, and so we got her to the hospital, and so later that, like, it was February 16th, she went to the hospital, and she was there from, I'd say, from 6 up until after 12, and she passed away after 12. So it was February 17th. And so about, I'd say maybe 2 hours before she passed away, they wanted to do an x-ray. So me and my sister, Cynthia, walked down with them, with Mom, and they were wheeling her down to the x-ray. So she went, like, they brought her in, and so me and my sister were, well, to be honest with you, I can't even remember now where she was standing or where I was standing. But when this happened, like, all of a sudden, Mom just sat up, and she looked young again, and her hair was black, and she, it was done the way she always used to have it. And it was like I was frozen in time. Like, I didn't know what was going on around me. I was out in the hallway, and the doors were open in the x-ray room, and I seen them wheeling her down, but then all of a sudden, it just appeared that she was sitting up looking at us. And me and my sister didn't know what was happening. Like, Cynthia seen it and I seen it, but we never talked about it for 3 days after. Yeah, it was that, because I couldn't believe I seen it. And then I said to Cynthia, my sister, I said, did you see Mom was sitting up, and she looked young and she was looking at us? And she said yes. So both of us seen the same thing.
So when your mother's laying on the gurney, she's got white hair. right?
White hair.
She's got
yes.
white hair.
There was no way.
Right.
She wasn't able to sit up at all.
Right. And so all of a sudden, and this is how many hours before she finally passes?
That was like a couple hours
Wow.
before she passed.
Wow. So I mean, for all practical purposes, without trying to put words in your mouth, there's a time shift here, because what you saw was impossible for her to sit up, and then she's young again. Her hair's no
Yes.
longer white. Her hair is black. That's
Yes.
unbelievable.
Like she looked like she just went to the hairdresser and had her hair done. And like when we looked, like, well, when I looked at her, I seen that, and Cynthia seen the same thing, and we didn't talk about it for 3 days later, because I was so shocked, and like I couldn't it's like I was frozen in time. It's like I didn't know what was going on around me. It was like I was just stuck right in that moment, and I don't even know how long it was for.
Wow.
And like there was it was a hospital, so it was busy, so there was people in the hallways and everything, and I mean I was just frozen, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing, and I always wondered what it meant, like why did we see that.
Well, let me ask you
I always
something.
wanted to ask somebody, and I didn't know who I could talk to about it. And so, yeah, it was just something. And like, when we told people about it, they just thought, oh, that's just something in your head.
No.
Because you're,
No, it's not.
Yeah, like,
No, it's not.
but no, I knew it was something more to it than that, because like I never seen anything like that ever in my life before.
Or since.
Or since. No.
I assume
No.
your mother was a Christian. Is that a fair statement?
Yes. Yeah. She always talked about, the Bible, and like she could even say like verses from the Bible without even looking at it. Like, so she was, yes. And like, I just wanted to know, like she was wearing black too. Like she was wearing a black dress or something.
Wow. Did she look at you, or did she try to communicate in any way?
No, she just looked at us, or looked at me, and I guess she looked at Cynthia, said the same thing. She didn't try to communicate, but she just automatically was sitting up and looked young, and her hair was black, and my mom's hair was fully gray.
Right.
And she couldn't sit up.
How
No.
How did the vision end?
You know what? I can't even tell you how it ended. And then all of a sudden, they were bringing her out on the stretcher,
Right.
and she was lying down and not conscious, like sleeping, like, and just gray again, and like, and it's like I kind of let it go for a bit. Like, because I didn't think about it for a while after, maybe 3 days after.
Right.
And I was thinking, what did I see? Like, I couldn't believe it. I was shocked to see Mom sitting up like that. And like, I just didn't know what to think of it. And I really didn't know she was going to pass away that night.
Right. Then 2 hours later,
No.
she passes away.
Yes.
So
yes.
try to remember. So you're looking at your mom. She's
Yes.
she's sitting up on the bed, on the gurney. Do you see doctors around her, or is it just your mom?
I seen the X-ray person, but he was on back of her.
Okay.
I seen him. Now I can remember that part. And then she just sat up. Like, I didn't even see her sitting up. I couldn't see her. It just automatically happened. Like, it just happened out of nowhere.
How did the vision end? Try to remember how it ended, if you can.
That's the thing that I really can't say. Because it all of a sudden, she was just back to her old self.
Right.
And
Right.
like, there was I never had I just don't know what happened. It just all automatically happened, and nothing happened after or before.
It's
like,
almost,
it just happened.
I mean, look, and I have no idea because I've never, I've had a near-death experience when I was 21. This is something different because it's happening to you and your sister. You're seeing your mom as a young person, and I just wonder whether that transition, you saw some of the transition from this life into the other life. But I'll give you the last word, and thanks for coming on the record.
Yes.
Amazing story.
You're welcome. I just, really wanted to get someone else's perspective of it, and what do you think it was? Or do these things just happen to just certain people? Like, because I never had anything happen to me like that before. So I'm just...
I would look at it as a gift, to see your mother young and vibrant. It's almost like this is where she's going. And then 2 hours later, she dies, she passes away. It's almost like she's leaving just like this. This is who she really is. And no more pain, no more suffering. So I look at it as a gift, an absolute gift.
Oh, do you? Oh, thank you. I was just I didn't know what way to think about it. And it's been since like February. She died after 12 that night. So 6 years ago, she's passed.
Wow.
So this has been on my mind for all these years, and I just didn't know what to do and who to talk to.
I hope you have some closure to it from our conversation. And,
yes, I do.
And thanks for coming on. Thanks for coming on the record.
You're welcome. Thank you, LA.
Okay, folks, there you have it. If you have a supernatural confrontation and would love to share your testimony, you can do that by emailing us at supernatural@lamarzulli.net, supernatural@lamarzulli.net. The producer of the show, John Adam, will get back to you, and we'll set up a time just like we did here with Elizabeth, and before you know it, you'll be a participant of Supernatural Confrontations. I'm almost finished number 6 in the UFO series, which is on counter mutilations. I actually did the close today, and it should be out hopefully in a couple of weeks. We'll start doing a pre-sale on it. But you can get this, folks, by going to lamarzulli.net. Thanks so much for watching, folks. Remember, there is a supernatural world that surrounds us, and sometimes it manifests to people like you, and in this case, Elizabeth. Thanks again.